Welcome back. You tune in to India Tonight, and we were discussing how the leather exporters have been bearing the brunt of the looming threat of tariff and how they have been unable to book the orders. But we are now joined by Ramesh Juneja, who's the Chairman Council of Leather Exports, who's now joining us to weigh in on the situation. Hi, Ramesh. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us today. Ramesh, we've already seen how, the festive season has panned out for leather exporters. Now, Crisel also says that the US tariff is going to have implications on the Indian leather industry, and they're cutting the revenue guidance from 10 to 12%. It's already been, so many months of discussions with Trump, and nothing has really come of it. And now we are starting to see the impact on our exporters, and the exports have already seen a moderation, as a result of these threat of tariffs. And now, if the tariff talks do not come through by the end of this month, what can perhaps be an alternative for these leather exporters? Because even if they have an alternative market, it's said that the US market is so big for Indian exporters that it will still have an implication on them.
If I tell you, I really believe in your words, what you are saying. Your market is very big and we need that. But if we look at the graph of Indian exports of the leather industry, last month, in November month, we had a growth of 5%. So our exports have increased in the last year, 5 years, 5%. So we only thing is, our growth rate have become more if this tariff will not come. So we hope that if it settles the tariff thing, and then the export will increase more and growth will be more.
What is, Mr. Juneja, what is the official estimate of the number of jobs and, employment at risk if, the leather sector continues to, slump, if the slump in the leather sector continues in the first half of 2026?
They can, we are still trying to absorb all the workers. We are still paying them. We don't want to lose them. They are trained workers, it's very difficult to get trained workers, Skilled workers, very difficult to get. We have trained them and the industry doesn't want to lose them. Maybe we may lose, around 4 to 5 lakh workers, job.
4 to 5 lakh workers is what you are saying. And how is the country losing out to the likes of Vietnam and Bangladesh that have much lesser tariffs on, as compared to India? If you can give us that estimate too.
Of course, they are 20%, 90%. We have come to the 50% tariff. Of course, from our exports, from India, we see the leather industry, we have got around 20% export to the US. So that we are going to lose, So that will affect in the future. But I hope, things will settle down soon.
Mr. Juneja, help me.
I'm very positive. And the things will settle down. And
right, Mr. Juneja, but help us understand the impact, because, a lot of front-loading of exports had already happened in the first half, right? Given that we had started seeing the threat of the tariffs, a lot of exports, had already front-loaded in the first half. So, despite that, what can be the potential impact if the deal doesn't go through?
We have to, it's very difficult to say now. We have to look. We have to see, face, what happens. It's too early to predict.
All right, Mr. Juneja, thank you so much. Thanks for joining us and giving your perspective and insight on this particular, impact of the 50% tariff on the leather exports and the impact of it on the workers in this sector. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us.